Aaliyah, I know Kobe was one of your right here. I know Kobe was one of your idols growing up. As you geared up for this one, did you have him sort of in the back of your head today?
For sure. I think the whole basketball world kind of thought of him today. Not only him, but everyone that was in that accident. And I think we were just all grateful and blessed to play basketball today and just kind of pay homage to him and what he stands for women's basketball.
Lou, this was your first game of the rivalry. Just your thoughts on this environment and the type of game it was?
It was really fun. I mean, really exciting. I think those moments are the most exciting, when there's a big crowd and, it's just super exciting this year to be able to play, against bigger teams, bigger challenges. That's always what I wanted, and I think we came back strong, especially in the second half, and it was a good game.
Lou or Aaliyah, you can answer this, but what did you guys say to each other? What was the message at halftime so that you guys could collect yourselves and kind of weather the storm after that run that Tennessee had in the second quarter?
Just that, I think the second quarter they started punching us and we didn't punch back, and I think that was one thing for the second half, to be more aggressive and just not, letting them be more aggressive. And we talked about that, and we regroup and just, not giving up, having a good body language and staying in the game.
Aaliyah, last time you were here, there was a limited capacity, so it wasn't the full Tennessee experience. Was there talk coming in? Did the coaches try and prep you for what to expect? And then what was your experience with the crowd tonight?
I think with any, rivalry game, it's always going to be, chirping or whatever. But I think that we came in with a great energy. We started the game very well. And then from there, we just knew that the energy had to come within us. We weren't going to hear it from the crowd, so it was something internal. I think that we held ourselves accountable in that way.
Aaliyah, I know it's not breaking news that you guys are shorthanded. You're playing a lot of minutes, obviously. How do you guys mentally, and not to mention physically, just kind of prepare for that, stay with that, and just kind of gut it out as you seem to do?
I think it's more mental than anything at that point. It's just mental fatigue. But I think that we take the right precautions, practice and preparing for each game. We're taking care of our bodies and doing the things that we need to do efficiently when we get into the gym. But it's going to be a grind until we have the full team back. But, we're getting tested now so that in March we'll be prepared.
Aaliyah, Nika had, 14 assists tonight. Just how big was her play on both ends of the floor, helping, you guys keep things together as things kind of got, more chippy as the game went on?
Oh, she was a big part to our success tonight. The spark that we needed, energy that we needed, and also her ball pressure was amazing tonight and helped us getting open and going on offense for transition. So she did well, 14 assists. She was giving me dimes, Lou dimes, everyone. So we appreciate that for sure.
Anything else for the players? All right, y'all can come down and then we'll go to questions for Coach.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Alexa.
Geno, last time that you guys played down here, Nika didn't play. It was coach's decision, and then she comes out today, 14 assists, and even with 2.5 minutes left, she was yelling at Aaliyah to get down the court and run when Tennessee was inbounding the ball, just keeping the energy up. So what did she mean tonight, and how much has she grown just from that last time that she was here?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a pretty funny exchange at practice this week. I said, there were only a few players left that on our team that played in this game. I said, I think Aaliyah played, Paige played. I guess Aubrey maybe played a couple minutes or something. I don't know. And then somebody mentioned, Nika. So, Nika didn't play. Nika didn't play in that game. I didn't know you were hurt. We just left it at that. Nika's grown up from being, all emotional all the time and never considering the consequences of her emotions. And her emotions were a big reason why she was in the starting lineup eventually. They're a big reason why we played the way we play, how hard we play. And she's channeled those emotions into a positive, and that's what's allowed her to become, you know, the kind of player that she is right now. You know, she plays, generally speaking, with so much confidence, and it's infectious for the other players. Yeah, she's unique. I've only had a few players like her in my career. She's unique.
Do you said before this game that, this rivalry kind of needs some rejuvenation for, the players to really get into it. Just what are your thoughts on kind of the state of a rivalry right now after this game with how the crowd was and just, how heated things got on the court?
The rivalry went away. Obviously, it went from, a great game every year to then 2 great games every year, and then sometimes 3 great games every year. Almost felt like they were in our league. We were in the same league, and it went from there back to 2, back to 1, and then 0 for a long time. So, I don't know if the rivalry's the same. I don't know that you can ever recreate rivalries the way they used to be. We just view it as, CD, myself, Jamel, Morgan, we all have great memories of this place. We won a lot of games here. We lost a bunch of games here, but they were all great memories, And it's a really good team and a great environment. They really appreciate the game here. The fans are great. So I don't know that it's what it used to be, but it's still as good, if not any other non-conference game that you can play anywhere, my opinion.
You all are showing your support for Pat Summitt this week with the shirts and the purple. As far as playing against Kelly, does she have any characteristics or do you notice anything with her that sets her apart as someone who's played under Coach Summitt?
Yeah, after we spoke before the game, I came down and I said to my assistant, CD, I said, CD, man, the older Kelly gets, and you got to remember now, I coached against her the year, they won a national championship. And I said, she has a lot of Pat's mannerisms, and just, I guess you can't help it, you spend that much time here, and, if you're going to emulate somebody, why not, why not her? But she's her own person, they do things a different way, She coaches with a different style than Pat did. So, yeah, she has a lot of Pat similarities, but she has her own style and she has her own way of doing things, which I think is important because that's what she has to do. She can't try to be, hey, be like Pat. That doesn't work. Doesn't work for anybody. Nobody can be like that. Nobody can be like that. So she's constantly going to be compared, and their success is going to be constantly compared to the previous success, but I think she can handle it much better than most people probably could.
Geno, I know you play the hand you're dealt. I'm over here. I'm back here, sorry. But to what Aaliyah said, the mental fortitude of this group to just kind of keep plugging away, shorthanded as they are, what can you say about their ability to just kind of sustain and keep going?
We got off to such a great run in that first quarter, right? And in the normal world, which I don't remember when that was, But in a normal world, we get a couple of those guys a breather, you know, and keep them fresh. Second quarter starts, we pick up right where we left off. And unfortunately now there's that fatigue that does set in, you know. It may look like it doesn't, but it does. And it catches up to us. And we start making mental mistakes, and we start slowing down mentally and physically. And there was about 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and I said to the staff, I said, man, we need halftime to hurry up and get here. You know, we need to regroup. But it was, you know, it was another challenge for them, and they've kind of risen to the occasion on just about every challenge this year. You know, I feel bad because sometimes we're not as prepared as we could be because we can't spend the time at practice that we need. But the things that we do spend time on, we've gotten pretty good. They're a very close-knit group. And as Aaliyah said, you know, our strength coach, you know, Andrea Hootie, she's, you know, we got all these numbers and statistics and graphs. I mean, it's like coaching used to be, hey, you ain't going hard enough, go harder. Or, hey, you look tired, sit down. Now, you know, it's like we got real time where she just says, hey, get that kid off the court and practice. She's been out there too long, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So we're much better at monitoring that stuff than we ever used to be. And it's paying off.
Coach, along those same lines, Lou talked about turning the aggression on or being more aggressive in the third quarter. How does that happen? How do they flip that switch on and make it happen?
Well, if the Tennessee kids were here, you would say, how do you get from getting blown out in the first quarter to then dominating the second quarter? How does that happen like that? I think kids just get tired I'm tired of getting my butt beat out here. So their competitive instincts and their pride and, you know, who they are and in their program and what it means, I think that takes over. You know, you don't want to get embarrassed, you know. And I think when we went in at halftime, I think we were in the same place. You know, we were really disappointed in ourselves. And we knew that we had to change our approach. And we had to become more aggressive, that we had become a little passive. And our post players got more involved, you know. And but our defense stayed pretty good. And then Lou makes shots. You know, you got to make shots. You got to have somebody that can just get you a bucket exactly when you need it. And then Aaliyah came alive, and we've just been doing what we've been doing all year. You know, and you know, young kids they love this game. You know, South Carolina game coming up. They love games like that. At Notre Dame, they love this stuff. That's why you come to Connecticut. You know, and play on national television against the best teams. So they get all. The adrenaline starts flowing, basically.
Geno, as you just mentioned, the way Lou played tonight and the way that she hit shots when you needed her to hit shots, sorry, is that just what you've come to expect out of her at this point in the season?
Yep. First time I saw Lou, I never saw her play in person when she was at Fairfield. So when I saw her play on film, I thought, I think she could probably fit in. You know, it's not like she has to come in here and be a star. You know, we got Paige, we got AZ, we got Caroline, we got Dorco, we got Lou. We got a lot of really good players. So it's not like we need her to come in here and do, you know, she just, and I think she was looking forward to it. Every shot she took at Fairfield was a big shot, because if she didn't score, the team was going to lose against the really good teams. So 2 weeks after she got here, I thought, oh, man, I don't know. Whoever thought they were starting before Lou got here, better get used to they're not. Because right away you could tell there's just something special about her. One, she's an adult. I don't get to coach too many adults. She's an adult. She practices like a pro. She takes care of her body like a pro. She carries herself like a pro. You know, you can have normal adult conversations with her, you know. She's just, you know, she is almost as old as I am, but that helps. And I said to her 2 weeks ago, I said, Lou, I really apologize. I know when you left Fairfield, you go, I'm going to Connecticut, and I get to relax. Every shot is in life and death, and now here you are. We're putting you in a situation where every shot is life and death. And she said, but I'm enjoying it. You know, I love the moment, like she said. She loves the moment. She's going to make a great pro for somebody.
We have time for one or two more.
Kind of following up on that, on Lou, you know, this is her first game in the Tennessee rivalry. Just how do you see her just handle all that kind of pressure and the outside noise that brings to be walking into this arena for the first time?
I don't know. If you've never been here, maybe you just, you know, ignorance is bliss, you know? You come in and you play a game and say, hey, what's the difference between here and Notre Dame? You know, I asked her where the biggest crowd, she said we played at Indiana, and I thought that was, you know, they had a huge crowd and it was really tough. So I think if this is your first time here, maybe it's like real easy. It's just another gym, it's just another game. I make shots. Sometimes it's your second or third time that you come down and you know what's coming, that maybe it affects you a little bit differently. But lose Lou, man. Lose Lou. She's not going to get any All-America votes, but I don't know anybody that's been more important to any team in America than she's been to us.
Geno, it looked like you may have said something to Jordan Horston in the handshake line, and she really stepped up the last two games against you guys, 26 points last year, 27 today. What can you say about what she has done for this team the last two times you've played them, and if you can share what maybe you said to her?
You know, basically just, you know, congrats. And, you know, obviously we recruited Jordan, and it went all the way down to the end, and she chose Tennessee. And those kids tend to have great games against us, you know, and she's a terrific player, and she has, you know, a variety of ways to score points. And I'm not surprised by anything that she does. When she's healthy and she's on her game, she's as tough a player to defend as anybody that we play against. I don't know what year she is. Is she a junior or a senior? Is she a senior? I feel better already. But wait, don't they get a COVID year? It's like everybody in America gets an extra year. Call Stewie. Can we get a hold of Stewie? See if we can get that extra COVID year.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.